NBC right now. Your local news at 5.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Meredith Boggs.
I'm Shane Ettinger. We begin tonight with the latest developments on the wildfire that continues to burn in Yakima County.
The Cottonwood 2 fire north of Selah has now covered 9,000 acres near Sheep Company Road. So far, 3 outbuildings have burned, but there have been no reports of any injuries. People living around the fire were evacuated Tuesday, but are now allowed to return home. Multiple engines, hand crews, and dozers are battling the blaze. The fire is currently 15% contained.
The fire activity is looking better, but many homeowners are busy today cleaning up their yards and pastures.
Laura Murray spoke with people living in the danger areas today to find out how they are being affected.
A small rural community in Selah tries to return to some normalcy after a brush fire grew out of control Tuesday, threatening some homes and scorching fields and pastures.
All cleaning up their yard.
Tara Cosby goes on a ride to try to de-stress after what was a hectic day.
Yesterday, I had to move my horses because the smoke was scaring them, so I had to move my horse down here. And then she started freaking out more because the smoke started covering everywhere, and the helicopters were scaring her, flying around.
I'm here on Cabin Lane where many people's fields and pastures have burned up. It's still pretty smoky out here, and if you can see behind me, firefighters are still working to put out some hot spots left here. Many neighbors didn't want to share their story on camera, but off camera, they tell me so many people offered to help move horses and get people out of their homes and into safer areas. They tell me firefighters moved so quickly, putting structure protection around houses, and they're just amazed homes are still standing today. But firefighters say their job isn't done yet.
We don't like to turn our backs because we know that it could get right back up and take another day of running at us. This fire yesterday went from 50 acres to 10,000 acres in a 10-hour burning period. So we know that it always has that potential to get up and do that again today.
Crews say one of their biggest challenges for today is navigating the steep and rocky terrain that slopes down along the Yakima Canyon River.
That rocky terrain, you'll see a lot of boulders and debris fall down the hill there. And that's also a source of spotting and rolling material for the fire to reignite.
Crews say weather conditions are favorable today and there's minimal fire activity. And even more good news, the evacuation order was lifted at 1 o'clock this afternoon and everyone has been allowed to return to their homes. In Selah, Laura Murray, NBC, right now.
Crews say they expect to have a better containment percentage later this evening.
Local fire chiefs called for a state mobilization on Tuesday to help them battle that Cottonwood 2 fire near Selah. The move brings in help from surrounding counties and, if necessary, other parts of the region. We found out today that firefighters from Benton County Fire Districts 1, 2, 3, and 4 all helped fight that fire, as well as Franklin County Fire District 3. As of this afternoon, there were 275 firefighters battling those flames. And many people have been wondering why this fire is called the Cottonwood 2 fire. Well, Nancy Jones with the U.S. Forest Service tells us it's because the fire started right next to Cottonwood Creek, which runs just east of Sheep Company Road. Now, Jones wasn't sure why the 2 was added. She says there may have been a previous fire with the name Cottonwood.
And this isn't the first time a shooting range has been the cause of a wildfire in our area. Back in 2007, a wildfire scorched more than 500 acres of land out by the Rattlesnake Mountain shooting range in Benton City. Investigators believe that fire started after a bullet hit some steel at a high speed. And here's a map of the current fire danger levels in Washington. Now, as you can see, only in Benton County, where the map is red, is the fire danger at very high. Yakima County, where the Cottonwood 2 fire continues to burn, is only listed as moderate fire danger in blue. And other counties in green, like Franklin and Walla Walla, are at a low fire danger.
Another fast-moving wildfire broke out in Oregon overnight. Firefighters say they're making progress on that fire that's burning just south of Hood River. It has charred at least 50 acres so far. Authorities say the fire is moving across a clear-cut area and is fueled by downed trees. It's currently 50% contained, and firefighters expect to get full containment by tomorrow night. The cause of the blaze is under investigation.
Well, like we mentioned to you at the top of the show, weather conditions are favorable when it comes to containing the wildfire in Selah.
Tim Adams joins us now with a closer look at the conditions in that fire area. Tim.
Hello there, Shane and Meredith. We are talking about the winds coming down a little bit and the temperatures comfortable at this time. Here, let me show you what's going on out there. And first off, to the airport, We're at sunny skies and 80 degrees right now. And as we go over to Yakima right now, you'll see the winds have been varying in direction and generally running at about 3 miles per hour, 82 at the airport. As we check out satellite radar, no showers over the top of us, so fair skies as we go into the overnight hours. Looks like the winds will continue to be fairly mild at 5 to 15 miles per hour. Temperatures dropping into the 50s tonight and relative humidity is coming up very nicely. Then tomorrow is going to be sunny skies, lighter winds, and mostly sunny skies. I'm back in a couple of minutes so we can check out the details of that extended outlook, including the upcoming weekend. Shane?
Thanks, Tim. Northwest News tonight, a 74-year-old man has died after a fireworks explosion in Thurston County. The man died while waiting for an airlift after the explosion at a fireworks plant near Tenino. 2 other people were hurt in that explosion. They've been taken to nearby hospitals. Investigators from the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms were at the scene within hours of the explosion. The incident is under investigation.
Police are continuing to investigate a 23-year-old University of Washington student accused of making online threats to kill women. The student called himself the next Elliot Rodger, the University of California, Santa Barbara shooter who killed 6 students late last month. UW police say the 23-year-old student's comments focused on killing women, quote, because nothing can compromise for an ugly face and short stature, I have no option. The student was arrested Sunday night for suspicion of felony cyber stalking and harassment. He is being held on a $150,000 bail while police investigate.
The Yakima police chief has fired a detective for improperly sharing information with a potential witness in a double murder case. Chief Dominic Rizzi fired Detective Jeff Gronwald on Tuesday, saying that he breached the public's trust. The 18-year veteran had been on leave since February, pending an internal investigation. Chief Rizzi says that Gronwald had a romantic relationship with the former girlfriend of a man who was found shot to death with another man in December of 2012. The Yakima Police Patrolmen's Association says that the union will be reviewing the matter with their attorney. A 25-year-old man is in custody after police say he tried to steal a cell phone from some boys in Kennewick. The boys told officers that David Mraz had a gun and a large knife when he tried to take the phone. Officers found Mraz near 5th Avenue and Date Street and arrested him a short time later. He faces charges of robbery and possession of methamphetamine.
The Benton County Republican Party will host a forum tonight for the 8 Republican candidates looking to represent Washington's 4th Congressional District. The candidates you see on your screen right now, plus Gordon Allen Pross, will answer a series of questions on topics including immigration reform, the future of Hanford, job creation, and more. Benton County Republican Party Chairman Chuck Monesmith says the event will allow voters to make a more informed decision on the candidates before the primary election come August.
In Washington State, a candidate, when he files, selects a party that he prefers. There's no assurance that he has even read the party's platform. It's just that he's picked that party. So for us to know what he is, who he represents, what he represents is very important. Yeah. This is the way to find out.
Now, if you'd like to learn more about the Republican candidates, we'll be streaming tonight's forum live on our website at NBCRightNow.com from 6:30 to 8:30. Just click the live stream banner at the top of the homepage. One of those candidates, Clint Didier, is offering to give away 3 guns as part of his campaign. Didier is asking supporters to sign up at his website to get updates from his campaign. People that do will be entered as contestants to win one of 2 pistols or a military-style rifle. Didier says the contest illustrates his unwavering support for the Second Amendment.
CH2M Hill Plateau Remediation Company has found a new president and CEO. John Ciucci will take over following John Fulton's retirement starting in October. Ciucci has 30 years of experience leading operations and projects, including 24 years in U.S. Department of Energy nuclear project management. New at 6 tonight, it's a hot topic in Richland these days, but plans for the Rachel Road extension have yet to be mapped out. City officials told us today, although it is broadly part of the Transportation Improvement Program, it still has a long way to go. We'll find out how the city plans to incorporate public concerns into their planning tonight at 6.
Well, many of us can remember what it's like to be a kid, and one of your greatest dreams may have been to fly. Well, as Denon Grenese reports, this weekend, those dreams can come true.
Don Grenice here in Richland today. I'm excited I get to go up in one of these small planes today. It's something that a lot of kids in the Tri-Cities will have a chance to do this weekend as well.
It might introduce them to the aviation industry in a lot of places, commercial pilots, mechanic, repair facilities, or just sport aviation.
Where there's a will to fly, there's a way to make it happen. That's the main lesson kids will take from the Richland Fly-In this weekend. It's an event open to the public. Anyone can bring their kids to the Richland Airport on Saturday morning to get in line for some free up-close aviation lessons and safety, and of course, a trip up in the air. The hope is that this little taste of flight will give kids the chance to test out aviation as a possible career.
I've heard it said it's still very much a man's world, and so it's really fun, especially for the young girls, to see this is something that they can be involved in, and it's really something that is a possibility for them.
And whether they're interested in the job or not, the free view they'll get is priceless. In Richland, Don Grenice, NBC Right Now.
Some pretty amazing views up there.
That's pretty cool. Do you like to fly?
Oh, sure. Yeah, that would be. I won't be able to go as a kid this weekend, but it would be neat to do that again, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's good to see the area in a whole different view.
Perspective, yeah. Still ahead tonight, a new smartphone is about to hit store shelves.
And General Motors was back in the hot seat today as family members of victims spoke out about ignition switch defects.